Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and I am so excited. I was so excited to hear that music because we haven't been around for a couple of weeks, and I have with me some special guy.
I'm special?
Sure.
I'm Coach Elix.
Coach Elix is in the house.
Exactly, and I'm so excited to be able to do this live.
Me too.
The radio show live. I didn't mean a Facebook live, but you know what I meant.
I get. And of course, we've got Mark, who is producing the show. Everybody say hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
So we haven't been around for a couple of weeks, and I just did a Facebook Live before we started the show, and I was just telling everybody just how uplifting it is, especially like if I'm just having a down day, to get to see people's names and hi Steven, and it just gets me right out of a funk. And then when I was at the beginning of the show, when I was hearing the music, a lot of love, I'm tapping away. I could actually hear Elix humming. So it's all good, right?
It's all amazing, more than good.
We're blessed. We are blessed. I love it. So I told people on Facebook, just in a very quick nutshell, about why we're here, because we weren't supposed to be here this week. We were leaving for Puerto Rico in 2 weeks ago, almost. And right before we were leaving to go to the airport, which was like 2 minutes away from the hotel we stayed in overnight in Boston, Elix's mom had some respiratory distress, and we had to cancel the trip. So she's good. It was her medication, right, Elix?
Yes, it was related to a change in medication, and that's what caused her, and her condition. She was recently hospitalized with congestive heart failure, and perhaps the excitement, the nervousness of, getting on a plane, that all contributed to, her respiratory distress. But we got her medical attention, and she's now on the mend. Of course, I don't know if you told people that her sister changed plans because she was going to meet us in Puerto Rico. She's coming from San Diego, so she came to Boston to Logan. We picked her up, and she's staying with us. But she also brought a cold, and so for the last few days, the two of them are quarantined in their apartment, huffing and coughing like galore. But they are on the mend, both of them, thankfully.
Well, I'm laughing because we call them both Ursula. Ursula is a name I made up when Elix, I don't know, a couple of years ago, this was a while ago, Elix had a really bad cold. Well, it was a cold, wasn't it?
It was a cold.
And
something like that.
And his voice was very, very crackly, and he
very raspy.
Yeah, it's like an older woman who smoked all her life and has a smoker's voice, and so I don't know. I just Ursula was a good.
Now you're gonna alienate all the smokers out there. What is that sound like, Stephen? Just let us know. A woman who smoked all her life and has a raspy smoker's voice.
Listen, I come from love. That's where I come from. I do. I come from love. I have no feelings and no opinions about the smoking thing. I've never smoked a day in my life, so I don't know. I know it's horrible. I know it's horrible in the sense of people trying to let it go and how addictive it is. It's a very, very. What am I talking about? But listen, it's not like it's a surprise. I mean, if you smoke all those years, your lungs are affected, and as you get older, your voice sounds like Ursula. I'm just saying.
We're talking about my mom and her sister. They have a cold, and then they sound very raspy, and every time they laugh, they cough like they sound like somebody who smoked, 2 packs of cigarette a day. Very raspy.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about.
So you're telling me I'm going to alienate friends, and then you're like, oh, by the way, for the ones that aren't alienated, let me just repeat what Steven said. So this is so good. But listen, before we take a break and I start taking calls, so if you're on hold, just hang on a little bit because I'm so excited to get to speak to people. I said this on Facebook Live. Did you see, and I know for people that aren't on Facebook or on Instagram, I'm going to actually have our branding manager, Lindsay, I'm going to do another video and have it on YouTube so that you can check it out, because you don't need to be registered on YouTube. But did everybody or anybody see that video of the orbs? I mean, Elix, was that like the wildest thing?
That was incredible. Like,
So,
incredible.
So I just decided we have, when we moved here to the Cape in November, we have from ADT, we have cameras, and they gave us an indoor camera, which we've never had. We had cameras in Norton, but we never had an indoor camera. So we got one. So it's in the in-law apartment. So on the video, that's where you see me in the in-law apartment, just making sure that when we're out or we're away, like doing errands or whatever it is, that Elix can check on his mom and look at the camera and see that she's in the camera shows the living room and the kitchen. I just got this idea that at nighttime, and they actually both were in the other side of the apartment sleeping, but they were so out of it, they didn't even know I came in. I just decided, what happens if I walk into that room? Would you see orbs? And orbs are these energy balls that are really your loved ones in spirit. Your loved ones telling you. It's almost like a tap on the shoulder. That's what they're doing. That's what they're showing us, that they're with us, they're around us. And your mom, your dad, your grandmother, your grandfather, your brother, your sister, who's ever crossed. So I gave Elix my phone, and he signed on upstairs from the bedroom onto the camera downstairs, and then took my phone and recorded it. And you see, he starts the recording when I am not in the apartment, and there's no orbs, right, Elix?
Yep.
There's zero orbs. And then I walk in, and the orbs, just as soon as I sit down, start going crazy. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll see one or maybe I'll see two, and they were just all over the place. And when I was talking on Facebook Live, I just mentioned there's no difference between me or anybody else, that every single person has the same exact thing. It's just that they're just may not be as visible. Hey, listen, maybe if you've got that camera, you go downstairs or upstairs or wherever it is, maybe you'll see the same thing. And if you do, you got to tell me, because that would be really cool. But if you happen not to, there's no difference. It's just I use the analogy. It's just like a prodigy that plays piano that's amazing and plays a song which is beautiful, and then you get up that you've never played piano before and you start hitting the keys. Maybe your song is not going to be, it's not going to be a pretty song, but you're going to make music, right? So that's what it's all about. But did you think that was cool, Elix?
That was incredible. I mean, for those of you who have not seen the video, you need to take a look on Instagram or Facebook.
And I'm going to put it on YouTube. And now that I think of it, Elix, that the reason why I got that idea is that Elix went to check on his mom and aunt, and went downstairs, and I put the camera on. I was upstairs, and as he was walking by, I saw an orb go by his head. And that's why, Elix.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, Elix has spirit. Like I think it was his dad when I tuned in. I'm like, oh my God, his dad. That's so cool that I just see his dad in awe, because we're energy, just go right by his head. And as a matter of fact, when Elix was walking out, the same exact thing. It was like you could see the little tail. That's how you can tell an orb many times, not always, but a lot of times it's almost like a comet, that if you look at that video, you'll see several of the orbs that have like a tail as they fly by before the orb disappears. You see like a little tail. But if you think about it, that everybody and anybody who's listening to this, you've got the same exact thing every single day, every second. If you're sitting eating supper, dinner, lunch, breakfast, your loved ones, are just, these orbs are all around you. And I also said, and I'm going to take a break because I have to, but I will say that I think last year during COVID, a little boy came through that I was reading the parents, and the little boy said something to the effect of, if you tell my mom, if she only believes what she sees, then she's missing out on 3/4 of this earth school, and that takes away your experience, your happiness, your connecting with your passion, your path. I thought it was amazing, right?
That's actually pretty insightful. If you only believe what you see, you're missing out on this school of life.
I feel like I'm talking a lot and I'm not letting you say anything. I think I'm excited because we haven't done this show in a while.
Well, I'm excited too. I just hope that at some point you're going to tell people your exciting news about coming up on June. So
I will do that. But first, let's go to a break. 508-222-1320 is the number to call. So as soon as I get back from commercial, I'm going to start taking your call. So we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium, and Coach Elix is with me. So let me go to the first caller. Oops. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. This is Paula.
Hi, Paula. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm so excited I was able to get through today.
Yay! Me too. For my first caller. So Paula, right before I got to get to you, I kept hearing "Daddy's girl, Daddy's girl, Daddy's girl." Is your father crossed?
Yes, he is.
Oh my God, he was standing next to me, and all I kept hearing was this "Daddy's girl, Daddy's girl." So just know that he wants to make sure you know that he's stepping. He just said to me, "She's got a lot here. There's a lot of people here, letting her know that how much they love her." And he talks about the teacher. Well, where's the someone? I don't know if this is kind of weird with COVID, because sometimes now I've been getting teacher, but it's because people are like they're referencing or validating people homeschooling kids, but there feels like it's more than that. It feels like there's either somebody that was crossed or somebody here that was a teacher or did a small bout of a teacher. But just also make sure you keep it with you. Your father. Where's the two kids come in?
I have two boys, but I also have a daughter.
Okay, so it's just sometimes, as weird as it sounds, Paula, sometimes they'll just split the boys and the girls with 2 and 1. Oh wow! So this is wild. That's also part of Daddy's girl because you've got one girl.
Right.
Well, it's both. It's just it's her grandfather, but it's your dad. But who's the when your father stepped forward, he kept saying the John or the G or J name.
Yeah, I lost someone named John and Joe.
Oh my God! Wow. Are these family members or are they friends?
Family members.
So just know that both of them are letting you know that they're stepping forward. But let me ask you something, Paula. Did you think? Well, wait a minute. Your father just said someone's named after somebody. Your boys or girl don't have a name or a middle name passed down?
My boys, my boys are named after my husband's relatives.
I got it. So just know that your father is funny. Your father just said, his side can come through too, honey. Like not just me. So I love it. And there's on your husband's side, Bill or Bob. There's a Barbara, Bill, Bob. Who's the B? There's a Brian. There's a B name. I think it's on your husband's side, or it could be also like even a middle name. But Paula, there's also a really, really strong. Is your mother here or crossed?
She's still here.
So is your mother-in-law crossed?
No, she's not.
So then it's got to be then a grandmother, even though it felt like a mother energy. I mean, I know grandmas are mother energy, or like a really close auntie or something. Because this woman steps forward and and she keeps talking about like. Marie or Mary, there's an M name connected here. And she could be giving her name or she could be validating somebody here connected to you. So,
all right. When you said the name with the letter B,
right?
There was a woman who kind of adopted me as her daughter, and she was a teacher, and her name is B, and we called her Grandma B. Like,
oh my God, her name was B.
Her name was B.
And she was a teacher.
And she was a teacher.
Oh my God, Paula! But and she, wow! But she's crossed.
She's crossed, yeah.
Paula, the love from this woman from B is just out of control. Did you also say you called her grandma?
Yeah, we called her Grandma B for my kids.
I love it. I love it. I love that B wants to make sure you know. And I knew there was a really strong mother figure connected to you, and your dad is just clapping. Is there a connection with jet skis or a snowmobile? I will tell you, I'm either on a snowmobile, a jet ski, or I can't think of the word. Not a dune buggy, but the ATVs. There's something here. So, did someone go on vacation or use one of these things?
No, but the days that you said were there, the Joe and the John, and
right.
Somebody was named after somebody.
Right.
It was actually my brother-in-law was killed in a car accident, and my nephew named his son after him, and he's like 4 years old, and he rips around on snowmobiles and ATVs like he's a 20-year-old.
Oh my God, Paul!
We just watch his videos of him.
Oh my God, I'm getting shivers through my body. What an amazing, wild ride with you. And when I first started this, I think I said your dad said, "Oh my God, Stephen, tell my daughter there are so many people here wanting to talk to her." You've got a very your father just said to me, my daughter has a very angelic connection. So just make sure that if you don't feel like you relate to angels, just make sure you keep that open, because there's a really, really strong angel connection, Paula, to you, like really, really strong. So just make sure you keep that with you.
Okay.
It also makes me feel that someone loved angels.
Yes, well, I do. In fact, I was waiting to talk to you about putting some events on together.
Wow, Paula, I love.
My God, I've done those events before.
Wow, but you're connected to angels.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But I just saw like one of the biggies. Like, I always call like the archangels, and I got to be honest. I'm the first to say that I'm not proficient with all the angels, but like when I see like archangel, the ones you always hear, like Michael or Gabriel, I think that's his name. But there's another one that's really really close to you too. It sounds like a U. So I don't know who this is, but it's an angel, and he's high level, like, and I can see the U for the first letter. So
Okay.
just make sure you Google that or bring that up. So, but listen, thank you so much for being my first caller, Paula.
Oh, thank you. Could I?
I love it, and we will. I just realized that you're the Paula that sent me the message saying about the putting on events.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah. This is so cool and so wild, and God, in such a short period of time, you've got so many loved ones stepping forward. It's wild.
Oh, wonderful. That
I
makes
love
me feel
it.
wonderful.
I love it.
All right.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to leave you with that, and lots of love to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Paula. And you know what? I know like I'm a couple of minutes early, but so I don't cut the next caller off and just have like a couple of minutes, let's just do a break. And then when I come back, I'll have more time with the next caller. So we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix. And before I take a call, just to shout out my best friend, Paul J. Martin, just emailed me or texted me to tell me he's listening. And we have been friends since freshman year of high school. And we talk, as Elix says, like teenage girls about 17 times a day. Just saying, okay? All right. Right, Elix?
Yes. I don't want to say too much because I'll go into a rant.
All right, let me call the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this? Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Sammy Joe?
Jenny Joe? Is that what you said?
Sammy Joe?
Shammy Joe. Am I saying
Yes,
that right?
Sammy Joe.
What
Sammy
a beautiful
Joe.
name. What a different and pretty name.
Thank you.
I love it. Where are you calling from?
California.
Hey, a California gal's here. I love it. So let me just tune in here. Wow, you also have a lot here going on. You know, oh my God, I gotta just tell them to one at a time so I can tune in here. So wait a minute. There's a garage, or is there somebody connected to you that was a mechanic or is a mechanic, or was there a car just fixed?
Yeah.
I love you. Yeah, this is going to be a hard reading. Yep, Stephen, keep going. Just give me more.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I could smell oil and gas someone was either playing with an engine or was good with an engine, something like that. But there is a young male stepping forward for you. So did someone lose a son or somebody young?
No, I lost my husband at 53.
Oh my God, it's your husband. Wow. So, wow. But how beautiful. I normally preface this with, when I hear young male, I usually say like up to like even in their 60s is considered young male. So know that your husband just put his arms out and said, did she think it wasn't going to be me first stepping forward? That's what she wanted. That's what she's on the call for. He's very funny. I love him. And he just wants to make sure. But is he recent? Like within the last 2 years?
It'll be 4 years in July.
Wow. So there's also somebody else. I don't know who this is, but there's someone else that's connected to you that within the last year and a half also crossed. So I'm going to put them aside though, because your husband's like, this is all about me and my wife. And he just talked about the ring. He keeps talking about the ring. Like, I don't know if he's talking. He keeps making me touch my ring and keeps saying, "Bring up the ring, bring up the ring." I mean, do you understand why?
When he was dying, he took off his ring and he gave it to me and told me to hold on to it and bring it with me when I met him at the bench. That was something that we were supposed to do when I crossed over. It's just a symbol. It's just a symbol.
Oh boy. I mean, I didn't even need to hear that statement just to know that the connection that you two have is just incredible. And it's a different, and I'm sure you know this, but it's a different connection. It's almost like the two souls were just put here to find each other. And it almost makes me feel too that, this was a finally for both of you. Like when you met, it was, I don't know if there were previous relationships, but it just feels like when you guys get together, it just, you both know it's going to be until the end. And who's the Al or Ann? Who's the A name connected to you? Andy or Al? Alan or Anthony? There's a very, very strong A, and I don't know. There's also a very strong mother energy. So is your mother or his mother crossed?
His mother crossed 10 days before he did.
Oh my God. Wow. So just know that she's also stepping, but your mom then is here?
My mom crossed in 2007.
Wow. So I that's pretty amazing, because your mom makes me feel like she's still here, which is pretty incredible. I think the A name is connected to your husband's side, I think. And I mean, there's so many people here, but they're all being so, they're just being so nice to let your husband sort of have the floor. And he just said to me, did somebody think, Wait a minute. Did someone? I can't tell if he's talking about someone's getting a tattoo or thought about a tattoo, in connection, or does somebody have a flower tattoo?
I was going to get a tattoo on my arm in remembrance of him, but I can't now because I'm on blood thinners.
Wow. So just make sure you know that he wants to bring that up, just to let you know he's aware of it. And, I always tell people that in spirit, they don't care whether you do or you don't. It's all about what makes you feel good. And he brings that up to say, pretty much like, honey, don't worry about it. Like it's, I know our hearts. He just showed me, which I think is amazing. He just showed me like a lot of younger girls. I don't know if they still do this or not. Get a necklace and it's each half of like a heart or something, and each one wears it. But if you put them together, they connect. Like they fit right in place. And that's what he just said to me, that your two hearts have always been like that, and they will always. And he just said to me that you've got to tell my wife, I am holding her hand, and I will hold her hand until the day we see each other. So the walk that she has through her life, the ups and downs like we all have, he's got your hand and says that that's how you will always get through whatever, if you're going through a difficult time or a tough time, like I'm sure like now I can hear it in your emotions, that just always remember he's got his hand, just enclosed with yours, and it's just bringing you, it's just wild that he's just standing there and says, I'm going to be the first to see her when she crosses many, many years from now. So there's also a Jeep or an SUV he keeps talking about.
Well, he bought me a car a year before he died. It's a little Kia Soul. I mean, it's like a little miniature SUV. I don't know what you call it.
Wow. Well, maybe that's what he's giving as a validation and letting you know. But he keeps talking about, you've got to tell my wife I'm at peace. It's something that she thinks about, that he's, he didn't suffer. He's, but let me tell you something. He did not want to leave either. This man did not want to leave, and said that and he keeps bringing me to his head. Like I have a headache. My head is exploding. I don't know if this is him or is this somebody else maybe connected to you that had like an aneurysm or had like a tumor or something in the head.
My mom died of an aneurysm.
Wow. So know that it's mom she just hugged your husband. They're hugging each other and they're like, don't be sad. Like, we're with you every second, and don't be sad because eventually we're all going to be back together. So you've just got to get through this lifetime, but you've got to get through it in holding your head up high and enjoying every second and remembering that you're here for a reason. You're left here because you've got such a purpose, and you need to, and just the influence you have on others. Shimmy Joe, just make sure you know that and you keep that with you. And I gotta go to the next caller, but thank you so much for letting me do this for you.
I appreciate it. God bless you.
Oh, God bless you too, and lots of love to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let me just go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
It's Annette.
Annette, you've got you've got a lot, in a good way, a lot in your brain. There's a lot. Yes. This is a lot. Annette, who's very creative? There's somebody, and I can't tell yet if it's somebody here that they're giving as a validation or somebody crossed. But I can look at like things on a table, like say I'm looking at crafts, and I can figure out how to put these together in such an incredible way, or I paint, or I draw. There's somebody.
That's my son.
Wow. Just like giving as a, and what's February? Well, 2. Do you have 2 kids?
I have 2 sons that are in spirit, and one of them passed in February.
Wait a minute. So you have two boys in spirit, you said?
Yes.
Wow. And one of them passed in February. Wow. So amazing, Annette, just like the last reading, amazing that I know without asking you that the two boys are like tag teaming and saying, Mom, there's no question, even if she likes hearing from others, we're the priority. Like we're the ones that always come through and always I don't know if this is true, but that's what they're saying, that they're always giving you validations. But you know something, Annette, your boys just said to me how incredibly proud they are of you and how you have handled yourself. I mean, I don't have children. I don't even pretend to know what that's like, never mind one, but two. But these boys, and your boys just said, but Mom knows we're here with her. Like she knows that we're there all the time, and getting her through whatever she needs to get through. But there's also, I know you're Annette, but there's also an A name, another A name. I can't get the name though. I don't know if this is a first name or middle name, but there's Alice. Is there is someone crossed or connected to you that had? It's a really Annette. It's a really strong name. Or were you named after? Is there another Annette?
There's my daughters have my middle name, Annette.
Oh, that's why I'm seeing another Annette. So I got it. So, it's everybody. Yeah. I was going to say everybody. It's not everybody. It's just your two boys. There's something your boys just said to me. Ma, they're bringing up something very intimate, very personal about them. Like, or they're bringing it up. Do you have like fingerprints or like footprints of, or a silhouette of them or somebody?
I do have Tommy's footprint from when he was a baby.
Wow. And Tommy's one of the boys?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Annette, you know what? Even with it being that long ago, as when he was a boy, just make sure you know that for him to bring up that, he just said that's so personal, so specific, to in canned goods. Does somebody I don't even know where to go. I just said to your sons, pardon my language, but where the hell am I going to go with canned goods? Do you have any idea why they're saying that?
Not really, not canned goods, but they're both really funny. So,
there's they are funny, but there's a reason for canned goods. Did somebody like in their life? Did somebody like give a lot of donating or donations to like Red Cross or Salvation Army? Did someone work?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Okay, that's I'm always like donating stuff. Yeah, they're probably.
Oh, so it's you. So that's what they're
and
giving.
I did donate canned goods to like one of those like little things, that were outside the store.
I love it. That may, Annette, sound so random, but it's just a beautiful way. Your sons, and they're having a dialogue with themselves also. And I don't even know what they're saying, but they're having a good time. But both of them just said, Ma, that we just want to make sure that you know that experience, as random as it is, when you were doing that, they were right next to you. They were standing right next to you.
Aww.
They're with you. They don't. These two boys are like. Guardian Angel may not even cover it, Annette. These two boys next to you are protectors. They've helped you like just get through.
I know.
So much, and there is something that the boys keep talking about with a film or a VCR or like pictures or movies. There's something, because I can see them. They're plugging something in. So did you do something with old pictures or old movies, or is there something around?
Oh my God, I've been just like sorting through all my pictures and kind of breaking them all up into different little piles for each one of the kids.
Wow.
So I've been doing that.
Wow, I love it, Annette. I love the fact that they're giving that validation as something current that they're doing, and they're making sure that your boys. They just made me say brother. There's got to be a brother or a brother-in-law also crossed besides your two boys.
It's probably my nephew.
Oh.
My nephew's with them. Yeah.
Wow. I knew there was another boy.
Yeah.
It's kind of
My
cool. I
nephew's
think the
with
way
them.
they're referencing, so it's their cousin. But I love how they reference it
It's
as
their
a
cousin.
brother. So he's just letting
Yeah,
you know
oh, yeah.
that he's here, and whoever he's connected to, just giving a big shout out. And they're always together, these three.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and before I leave, because I got to take a break, Annette, make sure the two boys and your nephew just said the number 3. If that doesn't resonate with you, keep it with you, because they just said they do everything with 3s with you because it's the 3 of them together, and it's a good way for, like, on a license plate. Like my grandma Rose,
Okay.
my connection to her is 333. Make sure you watch for the 3s.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Annette, thank you so much for
much.
calling, and lots of love to you, okay?
Same to you.
All right, bye-bye. And we will take a break, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. And just a very quick side note, my other best friend, who I just met like a year after I met Paul J. Martin, Susan Marie Dame, is also listening, and I love that gal too. It's like a triangle. All right, so let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, this is Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. So let me see what Maureen. There's a birthday or an anniversary close.
Yes.
So, as soon as I heard your voice, is it a birthday? Is it whose is it, or who? What is it?
I have 3. My son, daughter-in-law, and grandson.
Wow.
Within the next 3 weeks. Yeah.
I love how the previous call was like a continuation of the 333. It's pretty wild.
I know.
So it is.
I was listening to that. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're setting it up, like sort of already like, well, Maureen's coming, so let's just start giving some validation. So Maureen, let me ask you something. Where does the father energy come in?
My dad.
Is your dad crossed?
Yes.
So he just wants to make sure that he is stepping forward. And you know something? He keeps giving me. Does somebody have one child? So that probably means no, because you would know that quickly. I'm asking because or did someone lose a child, or is there your father? Your father keeps talking about like one, but it feels like one is in spirit, and the other or the rest are here. I'm asking him, what is he talking about? Maureen? Were there twins in the family on either side?
No.
So there's one. I don't know what he's talking about, but he just keeps making me feel like the only other time I get one is if somebody's like birthday he wants to talk about in January or the first of a month, something like that. So it could be a first of any month. So just make sure you hang on to that and keep that.
I will.
With you. And someone is either or already purchased something. I don't know if this is a car, a house. Somebody's in. I can feel the or someone just renewed a lease. There's something connected to you. So just also keep that with you. Your father just said, Maureen knows this. This is Dad. It's not me. It's your dad just giving it as a validation. I never get this either. This letter. Who's Vicky or Vinny? Who's the V connected to you?
Oh my God, my son Vinny. He's here. He's still here.
Yeah, well, Dad's just giving a nice validation for him then. So, and this is your son, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, the purchase of something is happening. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you're going to find out this week, and you're going to be blown away that someone is thinking about, and it may even be a used car, but there's a purchase somewhere. I can see the purchase, like the document, which just means it's a legal document that somebody's buying something. It also could be siblings. It could be a significant other side. So also just make sure.
Okay.
You keep it with you, but they're just very impressed with you as well as your father's saying this with your family, and there's also a very, very, like I think the last caller maybe a very, very strong Anne. Who's Anne?
Anne.
Anthony, Ann, Alan. There's an A really strong A. Trying to be validated. So sometimes.
It passed already?
Passed or here.
Oh.
Either crossed or living. I can't get the. Sometimes it's very foggy for me to hear, and sometimes I can hear the name. Sometimes I can't. But there's a really, really strong A connection. I can't tell if it's living or crossed, but that's what they keep giving and sometimes it is a middle name, like your name, like more.
As soon as you said that, I was thinking of my uncle who's crossed over, his brother, and it was kind of a joke in the family. His middle name began with an A, and I was very close to him, and that's all I can think about. As soon as you said middle name, that's the uncle I thought about. So
no, that uncle is step in John, Jim, Jack, George. Who's the GJ name?
Oh boy!
Your father just said we're going to need 2 hours on the show if it takes this long to get Uncle with the A. So just make sure. Yeah, I love your uncle. Your father's funny, but your uncle is very funny too. But your uncle just gives a big hug to you and just says he's with you and how much he loves you, and he's in. And also, I just keep hearing very proud. I think also, Maureen, that the G or J name, there is a G or J name, first or middle, but there's also someone just validated a name passed down too. Somebody's got someone's name, first name, middle name. There's a name passed down, so you understand that.
Yes, I do.
Got it. So just know that Dad is giving that, and I'm running out of time, Maureen. So I've got to end this. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Oh, lots of love to you, Maureen.
Thank you. Same to you.
Alrighty, bye-bye. And let me just get to the last caller that I can get to. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Melinda.
Melinda?
Yes.
Melinda, I love your name, Melinda. So Melinda, there's a decision, Melinda. I don't know if this is you or it's someone very close to you. It feels like a decision to move. Did somebody move connected to you like recently, or is planning on moving or thinking about moving?
I am.
Oh, so it is you. I just see boxes floating. So I knew that meant that someone's giving a validation for. Oh my God, Melinda, you're connected. You're when I tune into your energy, you've got like a direct line to spirit, and there's a grandfather that just stepped forward. I think it's your mother's dad is crossed.
Yes, he is.
He just stepped forward. I don't know whether you knew him, whether you did or not, but he just said to me, she has no idea. When you just said she's connected, she doesn't have any idea that the level of how Melinda is connected. And Melinda, somebody let go of lanterns or balloons, or somebody's talking about some kind of ceremony that somebody did.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So by the way, who was that, or how was that connected?
So I've released butterflies and balloons before in memory of a loved one.
Wow, Melinda. So whoever that was, just know that they're giving a big thanks and a big shout out that they know about it. What are they talking? They're also talking about. Oh my God! I don't have enough time to get into this, but there's a lot going on with you, Miss Melinda. Because I also feel like someone went through a tough time, like a tough. I don't know if this was like when they were kids or as they were growing, and maybe a tough relationship, but it's really connected to you, because I can just feel like I have been impacted by it, and it wasn't something that I could let go of very easily. So, sometimes when spirit brings that up, it could be the person I'm talking to, or somebody connected to you. But there's marks. Melinda, let me just say this: when I get marks on my arm, like almost like scars, it just means that somebody is holding on to the past. And it's very difficult to let go of it because of the experience. It sort of feels like a very, very difficult time. I don't know if you understand that, but just make sure you keep it with you, because it is someone very, very closely connected to you.
Yes, I do understand everything you're saying. And this is someone that's living, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yes, totally makes sense. My mother.
Good, Melinda. And just know that the last thing I'll say, because I've got to go, is that you've got some great stuff coming up, Melinda. Like stuff that you have no idea. So what they're doing is preparing you and just saying, Melinda, keep your mind open and just open for opportunities and things that are coming your way. It almost feels like your flower or the bloom is finally opening. You may have a great life, but there's better coming. So just make sure you keep that with you. I love giving that as a validation. It's beautiful news, Melinda.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, too. And listen, thank you for calling. And I got to finish because the show's ending. So lots of love to you, Melinda.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I went by so fast. I wish I could keep going with everybody. But Elix, before we go, tell everybody how they can find you. What's going on with you?
At Coach Elix and Friday, don't forget to tune in for Get a Grip with Coach Elix. We're going to talk about how to respond to unexpected situations in life.
I love that, Elix. And listen, if whether you can do it live, preferably, or listen to the recording, this man's insight is amazing. So I learned so much from Elix and always have. And if you're looking for me, Stephen the Medium, June 6th. If you haven't purchased your tickets, get them now, because this time and the tickets they're still open tickets, but I know they're moving very quickly. Down the Cape at Sagamore Inn, just go to stephenthemedium.com/Sagamore and you will be able to come see me. And if you're not around, you can also go to my website to book an appointment. So, and remember, Mark, who's our producer, has his show 2 hours before me from 3 to 5, Mark's Jukebox. Check that out because he's got a really, really great show. But Mark, thank you for this. Listeners and everybody here with me, thank you. I love all of you guys. And Elix, gracias for being here as always.
Thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you soon. Lots of love.